Okay, today I'm showing y'all how to get salon nails at home. I'm gonna start with showing y'all what all comes in the Apres Gel X package. So here's the box. I have a whole bunch of stuff in there, but basically what comes in it is going to be your dehydrator, a nail lamp, a nail file, and a primer, a top coat, and a bottle of extend gel. It'll be a smaller bottle, like the size of this. I just bought a bigger bottle. And then also your choice of gel extension nails. I have the sculpted square nails. Try this again. Okay, let's just close that just in case. So I have long sculpted square. Okay. So I have long sculpted square. All that means is that the sculpt here is going to be a bit higher apex because it's for people with curvier nail beds. As you can see, mine are very flat, so I don't technically need them, but I can still use them. I like the sculpted version for the longer nails just because it looks better and it's a little bit sturdier as well. So part of the reason I do it. Also for encapsulation because it gives you a lot more room and then still leaves you room to be able to put the extend gel to cure it to your finger. So I don't actually use the light that comes with it. I did buy, well, my mom bought me the Kiara skylight. That way it makes it a lot easier for you so that you can, you know, just hold it up under that. Now, I have, if you don't want to go out and buy the light, I have also seen some people, you know, who have a higher functioning brain power, evidently, and they just put this lamp like that, and then you still basically get the same effect, you know. So it's chargeable and all that. This one has a little button, or whatever. Now, if you really want to spend some money, you know what I'm saying, you want to make it way easier for yourself, the light I definitely recommend is a gelish light, the gelish gooseneck lamp, and because it is a touch sensor, and I'm gonna link that down below as well in case you just want to check it out. The first thing I do is size my nails. Whenever before I even like prep them, I size them. So I'm going to open it here. And these do come in shorter length, so you can get them like, they have short, medium, this is long, and then they have like an extra long stiletto and an extra long coffin and square, so they have a longer square than this. I can't function properly with it, so I'll let y'all have that. So you want to make sure it's touching from sidewall to sidewall. That's the most important thing here. And then, yeah. And then if you have to reshape like the cuticle area, you can just take like a regular file and do that. So my thumbs are starting out at a 2. For me, the longer, what I've noticed is the longer the nail, the bigger they run, I guess. Is that what I'm trying to say? Because even this 2 is almost too big for my other thumb. And you can have different sizes on different hands. Trust me, you can. Different size fingers. So next I'm taking this cuticle softener here. This stuff, but it comes in a big bottle like this here. Jesus, turn towards the camera. This is how it comes. It's like this little big bottle, but I can't pour that onto my finger without making a big old mess, so I just put it in this little squeezy bottle, and you just put this on your cuticles just to give them a little softer so you can push them back and prep your nail, begin nail prep. Now, So I do have this nail drill here, and this is what I'll be using to prep my nails. I like to start with the cuticles, so while that's just kind of sitting on there softening up them cuticles, I'll go ahead and take my drill bits here. And for my cuticle, this is the bit for you. This bit right here. Oh baby. You want to go ahead and put this in there. Lock it. This is a McCart gel I paid $100 on Amazon for. Love it. You can get these a little bit cheaper. $60, $70, $50. Melody, Susie, McCart, or there's another brand I can't think of right now, but those would be your best bets for beginners, because you'll be able to see the rotations per minute on the screen. Whenever I'm working on my bare nail, I do barely any rotations. So I do 2 rotations per minute. And then for the cuticle area, you just want to take the ball and just run it along that cuticle. And then afterwards, if you need the nippers, you can go in with those. But most of the time, this is going to eat all that up. All that cuticle. And the trick to using a nail drill is never hold it in one spot too long. Ever, 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 ever. Because it will hurt. And you will drill down to your skin. I'm talking from experience, people. I think the hardest part about this is trying to make sure I remain like on screen here. Because let me tell you how many times I filmed a nail video, then I go rewatch it, and like half of it is just me talking and my hands are up by my chest. Now I'll go ahead and take my cuticle pusher here, take the flat end, and then just start pushing my cuticles back. And like I said, this is mostly like prepped, so I'm just kind of using this to scrape off any extra like cuticle that's left on the nail, and also clean out the corners of my nail here like that. Yeah. The reason for the cuticle softeners, because that makes it easier to push them back and like rip through all that dead skin. And then as you push them back your cuticles, you're going to be able to feel a whole bunch of like dead skin like lifting up. If you go back and forth, you'll actually see it starting to come up there. But that's okay if you don't get it all off, because you'll use a sanding bit or or just a regular nail buffer to get that excess off. There's my AC. Let me turn it off. The bill can be hot. Time is it? That's unfortunate. Okay. And after this, there's not too much that I really need to like trim. It's mainly on this hand that I can see. Just clip that there. Then I'll go ahead and take my sanding bit. I do not use coarse. I think this is just a medium coarse, not the extra coarse. Or you can use fine as well. And then again, since I'm on my bare nail, 1 to 2 rotations per minute. That's it. Because all you need is a light buff, so that you can make sure that you have some texture to stick your extend gel and everything to your hand. So that'll be the next part, is putting them on after this. It's a very light, very, very light buff. And some of this is just leftover extend gel or product on my hand from my previous nail set as well. Now you can prep these two different ways. You can do it with acetone and a brush, or you can do it with the drill. I just do the drill because it's, I don't know, it's what I know. So like I said, you're just getting rid of the number in here. Then filing up to your natural nail. And keep in mind, the more you file underneath, the less blending you have to do for your cuticle when you go on top. That. And it's basically going to look like this. And that's how it looks once it's basically drilled. Now for prep. So you want to start with step number 1, which is the bonder. Okay. And you're just gonna put that all over the nail. All this is gonna do is dehydrate your nails, which you can actually make this at home with half acetone and half alcohol. So I'll never buy another bottle of this. The only thing I buy is the primer, the top coat, and the extend gel from them. And obviously nail tips, because I like their nail tips better. Now on this light, this lamp here, it does have a builder gel mode, so I'm gonna turn that on for the first like extend gel, which is only like 10 seconds, but it helps so that it doesn't like burn really bad as far as the light is concerned. Yeah. So now what you want to do is go ahead and take your extend gel, and you're going to do very thin layers on your, well, a very thin layer on your natural nail. Like that. Let's see how that looks. Right there. Almost like a clear top coat, but very thick. Because this stuff is thick. And then you want to go ahead and do the same thing to the, you want to go ahead and do the same thing to the rest of the nails. So I start with my pinky. Now let me try and zoom y'all in so you can kind of see what's going on as good as I can get for y'all. Okay. So whenever I dip the brush in, you know, whenever I pull it out, I just go ahead and goop all one side off. And then whenever you put this on the inside of the nail, you want to keep it at the base. So you can go here and make sure it touches from side wall to side wall when you put it on there in like little sweeping motions. And then since these are sculpted, I do need a bit more gel, so I just kind of wiggle it all the way like that. and then just goop it at the bottom. And then whenever you put them on, you just grab the tip here. I go ahead and click the light on right in this moment, and then you start putting it on there at a 45-degree angle, and then you do it all the way until that gel fills the top like that. Try and have it straight on and then go straight into the light. Look into the light, Carol Ann. Ooh, that baby burn. And then you just keep it in there like that. And then I take it out after like a few seconds just to make sure there's no extra extend gel around the cuticle, which I did pretty well. There isn't. So as you can see, there's not too much around the cuticle. So it's working. And then since you're gonna end up, I just do it until this is like, you know, secured in one spot and it's not moving anywhere. And then after you put all the nails on, you're gonna put it back into the light. So just to keep showing y'all, I'm trying to make sure I do this in frame. I'm doing so well this time, and I'm so proud. Now for my pointer, I actually do have to take a bit more extend gel than usual because this finger here is pointed a little bit downwards, and whenever I push down too far, it makes my finger look crooked. So we turn on the light and we don't push all the way down. Just enough to get that extend gel to the top, like that, and then we cure. So if y'all want to just kind of see how to use this lamp, I'll go ahead and show y'all as well, just so you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and do like I did on the other hand as far as prep. Let me do that. Take your primer, which is a sticky base here. There we go, primer. And they're all numbered, so to help you like keep track of what's what, they are numbered, so you're good there. 1 and 2, and then extend gel. And then we go ahead and extend gel. Whoa, oh girl. So just so you kind of know how to use this light if you don't want to order from Kiara Sky. Like I said, my brain cells just didn't work enough for me to be able to use this lamp. I don't know. While that's sitting, you just go ahead and boop. Pop that on like that. And let it cure. So like I said, I'm only using this to show y'all kind of like in case you don't want to buy that Kiara Skylight. Okay, a little bit. So at this point, we go ahead and file and prep them for paint. So yes. So on this one here, since even though it's still on top of the nail, I'll do about 8 to 10 rotations per minute. And here's how I get rid of excess product, is with the buffer bit. Very carefully hold the skin back. Now we're just gonna go ahead and take this file and you don't really need to even them out. You just gotta get off that little tip off the top, the little tab. Like that. Okay. And now just go ahead and take a regular block puffer and go ahead and just smooth out the top. Any spots on this. And then after this, I'll go ahead and wash my hands and we'll start to paint. I am going to be using dip powders for paint instead of regular nail polish, but you can use regular nail polish. But today I'm using these Kiara Sky dip powders and I'm using the color Celestial. This is pretty purple that turns blue in the dark. It does glow and I'll show y'all how. But and then I use the Kiara Sky what is it, steps. They're dip essentials. So you want to start by bonding. Go ahead and get everything open like that. Okay, so you go ahead and bond or whatever on every, and you can go ahead and do that to every finger. This is basically a primer. Won't mess with everything, you'll be fine. But yeah, I'm taking the Kiara Sky #1 bond here. Next, you're going to go ahead and take #2, which is the base. And you're going to work with these one nail at a time. So how you do the dip powders is you go ahead and start with one nail and you paint it. It's going to look like a clear little like base coat or whatever. You want to try not to touch your skin with this because getting it off will be a pain in the ass. And then go ahead and go straight into the dip like that. And it's okay, it'll kind of look like this. You'll go in with the second coat and then you'll drill it off basically. Ahead and use step 3, the seal coat. This is basically what hardens it and makes it so that you can file. Just like this. And I just like to go ahead and go over that before I even start the next hand. That way, no issues. I just kind of dab it on there. It's not like it needs to be perfect. So this is what the nails look like once all the dip powder is on with 2 coats and then sealed to harden to be ready to buff. So I just take my sanding bit again here, and since again I'm not on my natural nail, I can take this speed up. No, I'm not gonna take it that high though, because I do need to work around the cuticle. 15 is probably the highest I'll go. Now I'm doing gems. I'm gonna take these purple ones and these as well. So they have different sizes. So I'm just gonna open those up. And we'll start top coating and put on gel. So as you can see, I already did this hand with the okay. As you can see, I already did this hand with the gems, this little finger. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them on and show you what I found the easiest way to be. Okay. So I don't use a brush for the diamond gel. I use the diamond gel to adhere my stones. You can use the extend gel too. Either way, it's fine. But I don't use a brush to grab that diamond gel unless I'm doing it over the whole nail. If I'm just trying to get it in a particular area, I use this. So I'm going to put it on my thumb, just like how I did this one. Do that here, give it a little swirly, and then we just drop that on there and drag it out. That's usually enough for one side. I'll dip it again. And go ahead and do that there. Like that. Now just take the other side with the brush and kind of wipe away whatever is on my skin. That. And I don't cure that. Go ahead and take my wax pen. I get the one that's kind of very flexy and moves. And for this particular set, I start with these rhinestones. I'm gonna take a big one and put it in the center. like that. Boop. And then I'll take these purple ones, even though they all kind of look the same once they're on the nail, to be honest, but go ahead and do that. This here. To these smaller ones, and then just kind of mirror on each side. Just add a little bit more diamond gel to the end here, a little dot. So I'm gonna put the last stone on there. And there you have it, like that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and place this in the light for about a minute. So that's basically it there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and top coat and do my other hand, and then I'll come back and show you the finished product basically. But this is a no wipe top coat, so you don't have to wipe it off with alcohol afterwards or anything, and I don't go over the stones. So and then you'll just see me putting on this cuticle oil, because I go ahead and rub them together. And that's it. So here's the final look basically, and that's my nails. And here is the surprise. Turn off my light. And there they are. Let's turn it off. Here they are. That's my nails. That's them glowing in the dark. Like I said, they grow a lot brighter in person. They're actually blue. You can't really see them, but they do glow, and I am so excited.